Sometimes, folks, you find really good food in the most unassuming places, don't you? There'll be a little neighbourhood restaurant that you walk past often and never really go into, and sometimes you just try it out, don't you, and find something really good. And I'm hoping that I've found somewhere that's going to be a bit like that today. Now, I'm in a town called Bishop's Cleeve, which is just north of Cheltenham, about 5 miles north of Cheltenham. And don't worry, we're not going to Domino's. That's not the kind of place we're talking about. If you look over here, we have a place called Jai Ho Kitchen and Bar. Now this place apparently does like Indian street food kind of food, a little bit poshed up. It's found its way into the Michelin guide. Now it's not got a star or anything, but it is listed in there as serving really, really good Indian food. Like I say, it's kind of unassuming looking. It's got a gym over the top, so if you eat too much you can go up on the treadmill a little bit, I guess, and run it all off again. Don't think I'll be doing that though. Anyway, let's get inside Jai Ho and find out what it's all about, shall we, folks? Come in and been seated. I've got to say, it's really nicely decorated in here. You can see like the wallpaper on the walls here behind me. There's mirrors everywhere. It looks really inviting. It's a nice place to sit. It really is. All sorts of different menus here as well. So we've got the drinks menu here, which again looks pretty appealing, doesn't it? And there's all different wines on there and cocktails and all sorts of bits and bobs. We'll be on the soft drinks though. Got some tap water brought over already. And then we have the main menus here. Now there are options where you can do like a feast menu and they'll bring you all sorts of stuff. Or there's the main menu here. Now like I said, this is kind of based on Indian street food. There's a lot of small plates going on. We're here on a midweek lunchtime and you can either order a la carte from the menu, or there is an option to have a lunch special. Now for £19.90 you can order a snack, a small plate, a curry and a side. Now that's going to represent quite a significant saving. The pricings on the menu actually look really, really reasonable, but you're still going to be saving money by doing that. Less than £20. Now what is also good about this place, it opened in January 2025. Within months of opening, it was listed in the Michelin guide. So they must be doing something right here, mustn't they? That is pretty good. Will they end up with a Michelin star? Who knows? But to get that recognition within just a few months of opening, I think means it must be pretty special here. So we're going to have a little look through the menu. The snacks sound really interesting. Loads of good options on those small plates, kind of little startery things. We're getting some recommendations from the staff here, one of which was their biryani. So I think we might go with that and another curry to go alongside it, and then a couple of sides too. I'm really looking forward to this. You guys know, I love my Indian food. I love my street food. Combine the two, you're on to a winner, aren't you? So from the snacks, can we get the chaat bombs, please, and the onion bhaji? The small plates, we'd like the barbecue tandoor butter prawns, please. And you told me the lamb chops are really good, so can we go for that?
It's fantastic.
Yeah, it says it's fantastic. There we go. And from the main plates, then the biryani sounds good. We can get a biryani, yeah.
Would you please have it with raita or some biryani sauce?
The biryani sauce would be great with that, thank you. And can we also get the butter chicken masala? Yeah. And then on the sides, you said the paratha's good, yeah? So, yeah, okay, so we'll go for the paratha and we'll get some masala spice fries. So the order is in there, folks. I think we've got a really nice selection of stuff. And I think, like I said, for £19.90, that's a really good deal. I'm going to add up what everything would come to and let you know at the end the difference. One thing I have got here, because I'm going with sort of Indian street food kind of stuff, masala chai. That's got to be about as authentic as you can get, I guess. Oh, it's sweet, it's perfumed. Oh, I like that. Right, we'll come back when the first lot of food arrives. So our little snacks have arrived. So these are kind of pre-starters, if you like. We have the chaat bombs here, It's got a nice little liquid in here. What, of course, you do with these, you take the liquid, you pour it inside, woof, down in one. Like a little curry shot, if you like. Over here, we've got the onion bhajis too. They look really inviting, and what I think is smart about these is the way that they've been cooked. As you can see here, look, they've been made into kind of patty shapes. The advantage of doing this is it's easier to cook it all the way through. If you go to the Indian restaurants, they've got those great big, like cricket ball sized onion bhajis. They look really impressive, but they're going to be raw in the middle, so not ideal. These look cooked really nicely, and they will be cooked through. So here we go. Nice little crisp to the outside of it there. Oh yeah. Piping hot. Mmm. Such a great flavour and texture. I say a little crisp around the outside, but the inside is really nice and soft. Good spicing to it as well. Not bland at all. Sometimes I think, again, maybe where they're not cooked through properly, they taste a bit floury, but not this at all. God, yeah, those onions are cooked and they are so sweet. Now, I've got a little sauce here. This is like a little yoghurty kind of dip. Don't know what else is in it. We'll find out now. There's some mint in there. A little bit of garlic. That's really fresh and vibrant. That really perks everything up. God. This is a really good onion bhaji. Got these 4 little chart bombs here. And the little bit of sauce here. So there's like a tamarind sauce in here, some yogurt, a few other bits and bobs, bit of Sev on the top there. And what you do is you pour this liquid in and then engage Python mode and stick the whole thing in your mouth. So can you come and see me putting this into here? You see, it's just a little liquid. It just goes in like that. And then before the shell disintegrates, that's really tasty. It's got quite a good amount of, not chili spice as such, but there is a background heat to it. But then that's kind of washed away a little bit by the yoghurty elements in there. The tamarind in there gives you a nice little bit of sourness. There's a bit of fresh red onion in there too, which is quite sweet. And this stuff though, it's like a sort of minty squash with some Indian spices in. It's a really, really nicely balanced little thing. They're quite big. You've got to really get it in your gob. So you've got to open the jaw a little bit. But they're tasty, really tasty. The shell as well gives that nice crisp. So you've got softness, a little bit of crisp, but bold flavours. Love it. If this is an indication of where we're at, I think we're in for a treat, folks. We now have the starter plates here. Barbecued prawns. I'll bring them a bit closer so you can take a little look there. Really nice charring to the outside of those. Hoping they're still quite moist inside though, because obviously if you're cooking it over quite a high heat to char the outside, it is possible to dry them out a little bit. We'll see. And my favourite, the lamb chops. Look at those. They look really rather good. We were just talking off camera before with the staff here and talking about the lamb chops up at Gymkhana. These are a lot cheaper than most. I've got 2 here, and on the menu normally that's £12.50. The ones at Gymkhana are £69 for 3, so they are a little bit thicker than these. I'm going to start with this though. I don't want us to go cold. Again, we've got a minty yoghurt kind of thing here and a little bit of salad to go with it. I'll bring some of that over onto the plate. And we're going to cut into this lamb and see how it looks in the middle. It's cutting very nicely. What do you think about that? Possibly could be a touch pinker, but it still feels nice and tender. Let's try it. See how easy that cuts? No worries about that being dried out. Did you see how quickly I was able just to sort of chew through that and swallow? You wouldn't be able to do that if it was a tougher piece of meat, would you? Again, lovely spicing to the outside of it. Good hint of chili in there. And then when you pair it with that yogurty dip, it just mellows everything out again. Wow. Very, very tasty. I like the attention to detail with this salad as well. All been very, very finely shredded. But beautifully crispy too. That's a very nice accompaniment to that lamb. Let's try these prawns as well. So how many prawns have we got in here? Let's just move them around a little bit. 7 or 8 in there, I think, which I think is a fair portion, isn't it? Again, you can see the spicing on the coating of there. Let's see if this is still nice and moist. Oh, it is. Oh, that is good. Again, that sort of spice coating on there does have a little background of chili heat in there, but not overpoweringly so. And you've got to be sure to get all the meat out of these prawns. You don't want to waste anything. I had some prawns when I was up in Leeds, didn't I, at Uyare, Tharavadu's sister restaurant, and I was pretty disappointed with them. There was bits of gristle in the curry. The ones we had on the starter plate were a bit overcooked. Not a bit of it with these. But a nice little touch here. A bit of charred lime to squeeze over the top too. Let's put that just on one prawn for now. See what that adds to the party. Yeah, lovely freshness. Charring it just helps release those juices a bit more. Nice attention to detail. This is seriously good, folks. What a treat we have in front of us here. Over here I have the chicken biryani dish. And come and have a look at this. It's served in this clay pot. And you can see the colour on the rice there. All the chickens in amongst it. Beautifully flaky grains of rice there. A little bit of dried fruit in the top. You often get that in biryani, don't you? And that's served with a biryani sauce. We could have had it with raita. We've gone with a sauce to go with it. Here we have the butter chicken. I think it's called a Murg butter masala. Look at the creaminess of that sauce. Impressed. And then we have the paratha here and some masala fries. We're going street foodie kind of vibe, aren't we there? Right, where am I going to start with this? I'm going to start with the biryani, I think. So let's get some of this spooned out onto my plate. Beautiful crispy fried onions on the top as well. Let's get some of this out. We've got chicken biryani here, so there's going to be whole big pieces of chicken in there. Looks like chicken thigh here, which I don't mind at all because it's generally a little moister and a little more flavoursome. There we go. Get a bit of that on there. And what I will do is get some of this sauce to go on the top of it as well. I'm going to get through some spoons doing this review, I think. I picked up 2. I think I'm going to need more. Good consistency to this sauce. And get it over the top of there. There we go. Now that spoon a better balance there. We don't want that tipping everywhere. That'd be a disaster. So just going to go for this. Bit of everything on there. Bit of chicken, some of the sauce, some of the rice. Quite delicate flavours within the biryani itself. Very kind of herbal rather than spicy, which I think works well because it makes it kind of fragrant and fresh feeling. Then you get the curry sauce on the top. And that's where you're finding your spice. It's a really good combination. The chicken is cooked beautifully. Like I say, there's thigh meat here, so you're getting that bit of extra flavour from it. That's seriously good. The rice is cooked absolutely brilliantly in there. The consistency of the sauce here looks beautiful. And great big pieces of chicken in here. Look at that. That's a whopper. Grab some of that, grab some of the sauce too. There's plenty of chicken in this dish. And again, I want you to see the consistency of this sauce as I pour it. You see that? Lovely and thick. That's thickened with cashew. It's going to make it luxurious, I'm sure. Cut into this chicken. Looks very nicely cooked inside. Here we go, get plenty of sauce on there. Again, rich and sweet. Heady with spices, but not too much chili spice in there. That sauce or gravy or whatever you want to call it is so smooth. That is exceptional. Right, we'll come over and do these quickly. Masala fries, and they are proper fries. Look at this. Look how thin they are. They're not masala chips. And they're nice and crispy. That curry kind of salt added to them. I mean, I guess you could call this like chip spice like you get in Hull, but it's actually curry chip spice, isn't it? They're really good fries. Beautifully crispy. And I love the seasoning on them. And paratha time. And I think paratha is more of a sort of breakfasty bread. Nice and light and fluffy. Like you get all those little layers in there, a bit of lamination like you do with a croissant. But obviously it's cooked then in the tandoor, you get that nice crispy edge to it. Right, buttery, it's crispy. It's got a charred flavour to it. And of course, what you need to do, get it into that sauce, mop it all up, and get it in your gob. Delicious. Absolutely delicious. So, myself and camera girl are going to make our way through this now, and we'll talk about it all at the end. Again, I mentioned to you about the pricing. I'll tot everything up on the menu to see how much difference it's made us coming here over lunchtime. I've got to say though, it's clearly not scrimping on the quality for that lunchtime deal. That much is obvious. Well folks, we are certainly well fed. That was an excellent lunch. We came outside looking around for somewhere to film the outro and found this sign for the restaurant. There you go. Some of the items that we've just had for lunch there behind me. I'll tell you what, that was a great, great lunch. Like I said in there, for this place to have only opened in January this year and to already be in the Michelin guide is something quite exceptional, I think. And I can see why, I really can. We were looked after by Martin in the restaurant, who looked after us so well. Really, really friendly guy. The chef, I actually had a little chat with the chef afterwards to congratulate him on creating such a great meal. And you could tell he really takes a lot of pride in what he's doing. He really does. So impressed. What's equally as impressive is this lunchtime meal deal that we had. Incredible, incredible value. You saw the portions of food we got there and the quality of the food. Lamb chops on there, the prawns, the biryani, the butter chicken, the sides, and those little starter kind of things, the not quite pani puri, what were they? Chat bombs, they were, chat bombs, and the onion bhajis. All of that, okay, for £20 each, or £19.90 each. £65 worth of food we totted that up to, off the normal menu, and we were assured those are exactly the same portions that you'd get if you went in the evening. Now, if I went there in the evening and ordered all that food and paid £65 for it, I'd be happy. I really would. It's that good. I mean, what would that be then? Just over £30 a head. It's nothing these days, is it? Nothing. Is it as good as somewhere like Gymkhana, where it's 2 Michelin starred? Probably not. You know, it's not quite as swanky in there. You know, 1 or 2 little touches. But at the price point they're at, And for the quality of food, I think this place is hard to beat. I don't think I've ever had a better curry for that kind of money. You go to your local takeaway of a Friday night and you order 2 curries, some sides and a couple of starters, you're going to be spending 40 quid all day long, aren't you? Or you can come here to Jai Ho, all right, of a lunchtime and get that quality of food for that money. It's a no-brainer. If you get the opportunity to come here and try it, you absolutely should. I've got to come up with a score. Actually, I'll tell you the whole bill. The whole bill was £47.05. They don't put a service charge on there either. And that was with the lychee juice that the camera person had and the masala chai, which I enjoyed as well. £47 for that lunch. Incredible value. There's no way I can score that any less than a 5 out of 5, is there? It was great. Does it get Greeno's green light? You bet your life it does. Like I said, I keep repeating myself. Jai Ho, get yourself here. We're 5 miles north of Cheltenham and a little place called Bishop's Cleeve. There's parking on the road here. You can park around the back of a co-op as well. It's got one of those things you tap your number plate into. But unlike a lot of places, this guy actually brought the thing over and said, you need to do this. That's service for you. Oh, loved it. Loved it, loved it, loved it. Right, where am I off to next? I don't know. But I tell you what, I could do with a lie down now. I am as full as an egg. I'll see you next time, folks.